Thanks for joining us on Key Factors, presented by the raceguide.com.au. Stu Rich and Mike Wood here to take you through what looks to be a very wet and soggy Royal Randwick this weekend. We're going to be taking you through the quaddie legs. We've got the best bets, the value bets coming your way. Of course, the $100 hot seat later in the show. Welcoming in our chief analyst, Mike Wood, and I must say, mate, you're dressed in blue, you're looking blue. What a night.
Oh, you got me early, mate. You got me early. All these New South Wales supporters have been giving it to me all day long. What a tough night last night. A great game, wasn't it? And the $3.20 was too tempting for me, so I got my fingers burnt on the punt as well, which made it even tougher. Tedesco was too good. But still 2 games to go, mate.
There are, but look, the Blues dynasty awaits, Mike. It was a great win. Now, speaking of Queensland and you doing good things with Queensland, your tips, they're going all right. So they're holding the Queenslanders alive.
That's a lot better than last night, isn't it? 4 of the last 5 tips on the show have wound up in Queensland. Can you believe it, with the key factors analysis as well? Egg Tart last week, the Monster last week. Why do they drift in the market? Group 1 form, the Monster, one of the best wet trackers in Australia. I couldn't believe it. And before you even ask this week, I know you're going to ask me for a tip again. Sambro each way all day, rock solid for Chris Waller. $7 will do me.
Good, I'm glad we got that in, Mike. I'll be covering on Peaceful State, a great horse that, but got to really appreciate these tips of yours. They're doing well. Now, look, we've got to turn our attention to Sydney. As I said, it's just going to be a real wet track there on Saturday. Who knows what it's going to get to?
Yeah, let's have a look at these 4 key factors that we're looking at on Saturday and the way that we do the analysis on key factors on what's going to be a really tricky card at Royal Randwick. Obviously, we analyse the form for every single runner, but we also analyse 4 key factors. Let's look at them now. Progression, which includes scope and stage of preparation. Basically, we're looking at the improvement in each horse's performance. Distance at stage of prep, not just distance, but distance at the stage of preparation too. Track conditions, we all know and love that one. It's going to be a wet Randwick. Certain horses will be suited. And position and run, the favourite key factor for the speed mappers at home.
Okay, well, we're going to get into all those key factors as we launch into the quaddie legs. Kicking off with the first leg, it's a tab.com.au handicap over the 2,000 metres. It's a benchmark 72 for the 3-year-olds. And Mike, well, a full field here to kick off the quaddie. These 3-year-olds, the wet track. You go through the form guide, not much wet form to actually read through. So really keen to see if there's any early confidence here, Mike.
Yeah, very tricky race early. One for the horse lovers, the confirmation experts. Not much exposed form on wet tracks, benchmark 72. Conditions on the day, the rail's going to be out 3 metres. And there's going to be a soft 6 to a heavy 8 track, heavy 9 on Thursday night. So we're expecting a fair to off rails bias, not too much bias. So most position in runs should be suited. Okay,
well, let's have a look at this first leg of the quaddie, Mike. We'll take you through the market at home, and the favourite is Hamel at $4.60. Tenero there on the second line of betting, $6. Lascelles there, $6.50. High Dude there for Waller, $9. And Stablemate Jolly Honour also $9.50. They're the ones under $10, Mike. It looks like a pretty open field here with the wet track. We've got to get stuck into all the analysis.
Yeah, really open field. And we're going to start with a horse that's not even on that page of odds. And we'll see through the key factors analysis what we think of this horse as well. This is Subban for the Bryce Hayes stable. Let's see how he went last start. He's in the yellow cap here midfield. He's a really tough-looking type. He improved up to 2,000 metres this day, and he really found the line, Stu.
Sure did find the line, and importantly, there's some really strong form lines going through this race. That's Live and Free coming home down the outside, and we all know where he's headed.
Yeah, Live and Free, one of the favourites for the Derby. Really, really hard to beat in the Derby as well. Looks like a staying freak, that 3-year-old, doesn't he? You can see our horse coming along there, Subban, just in the yellow cap there. Turnberry in the orange on his inside. Gives him a really strong form reference to the other horses in this race on Saturday.
Well, there's a look at one from Royal Randwick, and now we're going to take you all the way to Bathurst for a horse called African Rainbow. And we see this horse, Mike, he's already snuck up along the rail here, hits the lead really early, but importantly, this is some soft and wet track form.
Yeah, it's just soft track, and she's got some heavy track form early in her career. I mean, it's a bit of a funny replay to look at, this one, isn't it? Bjorn Baker loves going to Bathurst. She hits the lead really, really early, so could she have gone on with it by a bigger margin if she had something to chase? Looks just a bit green there, we don't know. The thing about this horse is she's super, super tough, and you'll need a tough horse on Saturday at Randwick.
We will certainly to get through all these conditions. Mike, the form and the key factors, take us all through it. We're lighting them all up. We're looking for the gold.
This is a tough race to analyse, open to interpretation. We've got 4 on top for form, but you might have a different opinion at home.
Okay, so we've got a pretty even race here as we look into the key factors. First one here is progression.
Yeah, obviously lots of these 3-year-olds have progression and can improve with scope. We picked out 3 there on the first page and some off the page. Hamel, the favourite, only had a few starts. He can definitely improve.
And Hamel just with his head in front there. What about distance at stage of preparation?
Well, a lot of these actually have been to the 2,000 metres already, haven't they? So not too much more improvement at staying at 2,000 metres. Just a Joke for Gay Waterhouse, the High Chaparral horse. He absolutely smashed the line last time.
All right, Mike. There's a lot going on here. Track conditions. This is going to be important all throughout the day.
We looked at this key factor for so long. We're looking for absolute mudders. We just weren't sure which ones were definitely going to love it. High Dude and Porky Pies, what a great name.
Yeah.
Big striding types that might not love the sticky Randwick conditions.
And as we hit the line, Mike, position in a run, it might just help early on Saturday.
Yeah, Tunero, nice inside barrier, Just a Joke as well, but not a massive key factor for most of these races on Saturday.
Okay,
positioning run.
Just a Joke with a bit of gold there, just at the end of the line there, Mike.
Yeah,
Look,
not a bad horse, yeah.
a lot of questions in this race. I mean, you said at the top there, the 3-year-olds are going to be looking for the market, having a good look at the breeding bloodlines as well here, Mike, because a lot of questions, as you said. Time for a bet here. Look, what's this? $21 on top. I know we saw that in the replay. Hermel there just in behind, $4.60. More value in Just a Joke at $17. Are we going pretty wide early here, Mike?
I think you're going to look at this race and you're going to find your own roughies, and we've obviously found two. There's two horses that have crept up the ratings in a race that we haven't got super high confidence in for all the reasons we spoke about before, but we've got to back those two horses, don't we? Saban, such a tough horse. Looking through the form ratings, his last start performance was simply the best last start performance in the whole race, plain and simple, and Just a Joke for Waterhouse. It beat nothing, but it smashed them. And listen to the breeding on these two horses. Savabeel O'Reilly for one of them, and High Chaparral by Reduced Choice for Just a Joke. Fantastic breeding for these two 3-year-olds.
Oh, so some fantastic value there to kick off the first leg of the Quaddie at Royal Randwick this weekend. As we have a look at the second leg now, it's the Stayers Cup. It's a quality over the 3,200 metres for all comers. Mike, and Destiny's Kiss, he gets the big weight here, but we know one thing this horse loves, it is the wet track. And 2017 winner, Plot Twist, lines up again, but probably not going as well this time as last year, Mike.
Maybe, but he had a few excuses the last couple of starts. He's probably the biggest grinder, the biggest one-paced horse in Sydney. Let's have a look at this 2-mile contest. Fair to steady tempo only. They shouldn't have too much tempo, but they might sprint from sort of the 1,100 metre mark. Soft 6 to heavy 8 with some drying conditions. And that fair to off-rails bias, it should be pretty fair on Saturday.
Okay, let's have a look at the market now for the staying feature of the day. It is the Stayers Cup and Destiny's Kiss off that last start great win. $3 there. Durkan's going to keep him honest though, $3.50. Right out here to hand it in, $8.50. And over $10 the rest, Mike. Destiny's Kiss, Durkan. Is this going to be a race in two? Let's see.
Well, the market says so, doesn't it? So we're going to have a look at these two horses and these two replays. Destiny's Kiss, one of the most popular horses going around in Sydney, and we missed him last start. Let's have a look. 2,400 metres and a really unique tempo in this race, a really slow tempo till about the 800 metre mark, 850 metre mark, and they went for this long sprint home, which Destiny's Kiss absolutely loves. Plot Twist out sprinter at the back in the red hat.
Yeah, Destiny's Kiss. What a marvel this horse is. I just love the way he just found the line, and you've got to think he's just going to do that again on Saturday.
Yeah, it's such a hard thing for horses to do, to sustain 600 or 800 metre sprints, which is why he's got such a strong winning record. He loves those set up with small fields, but 3,200 metres on Saturday with a more genuine tempo and a heavy track, that big weight will be really tough for him to carry.
Okay, we will be seeing that Saturday. Now, the other favourite, Durkan. Let's go back to last spring with this horse. Proper stayer, and it properly loves the wet as well.
Yeah, you said it all, Stu. The conditions are fine, the distance are fine, and his recent form's fine as well. I think he's been to Melbourne for his last few starts. He's got listed level form, just laying in a bit most of his starts, but still running on well. You can see last spring, 2,400 metres, soft track Randwick, completely fine, Stu.
Love a horse that can just cop a check like he did at the top of the straight, balance up and finish as hard as he does. Love this win.
Yeah, he can quicken off a slow tempo as well, which is a big factor as well in some of these races. He was in the Sydney Cup, wasn't he, just a few starts ago? So that's not bad form for a winter benchmark.
Some great form around there, Mike. Speaking of form, let's get into that now, followed by all the key factors as we get the race started.
Light up Destiny's Kiss. We all love him. He won last start. And Durkan, that weight is really good for him.
Wow, these two are miles out in front. The two favourites. Key factors, time, progression.
Yeah, I mean, Destiny's Kiss and Durkan probably don't have too much more progression in this preparation. Plot Twist, a big, heavy type getting fitter all the time, handed in. Definitely has the most scope in the race. Not really sure what that horse is going to do on Saturday.
Okay, what about the distance?
Yeah, well, this includes tempo, so I'll get a little bit technical here. That tempo suited Destiny's Kiss last start. We're a little bit worried about him in a more genuine tempo on Saturday with that big, big weight. Durkan can quicken. He's suited. Richard of York, he should like the 3,200 metres, and Plot Twist, the biggest grinder in Sydney, he'll love it too.
Okay, so track conditions. I know this is going to bring Destiny's Kiss back into it.
Yeah, loves a wet track, but a lot of those horses love a wet track as well, don't they? A lot of gold bars to light up.
They do. We've got Dukan just in front here. As we hit the line, Mike, position and run. Who does this help over 3,200?
Absolutely no one. Stu, let's move on.
All right, look, it looks as though we've got the favourites here. There's a ding-dong battle all along here, Mike. But you've given some really strong reasons here. But the punters, they've got to have a look and figure it all out because these two horses are the favourites in the market. There they are, $3.50 on top Dukan. Destiny's Kiss in behind. You've mentioned the real grinder, Plot Twist. He's right there as well. Handed in the up-and-comer. Mike, is this a favourites race? Where are we going?
Well, I think so, yeah. It's quite exciting just to sit there with your form guide or your race guide and pick through these two favourites and see which side you go on. We've made our case. We just think Destiny's Kiss, that big, big weight, is going to be so hard to carry in this heavy track on 3,200 metres. Even though he likes a wet track, the weight will be much harder to carry on a Saturday. So Dukan is definitely the best bet for us. And Plot Twist, back to 2 miles. Don't rule him out at all.
All right, so it's Dukan for us there in the Stayers Cup, the staying feature of the day at Royal Randwick. Stick around and we'll be back with legs 3 and 4 of the Quaddie this weekend. Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by the raceguide.com.au. We're up to the third leg of the Quaddie and it's the listed June Stakes for all comers over the 1,100 metres. And luck, well, it plays a big part in racing, doesn't it, Mike? Jungle Edge for Mick Bell, though. This horse just seems to get all the luck when he needs the rain. He's got it here in Sydney this weekend. And I thought so's in the race. Absolutely smashed last start. I still can't believe this horse went down.
I can't believe it either. Some horses know where the winning post is. Some horses know how to pull up 25 metres from a listed level race, 1,100 metres, fair to strong tempo, soft 6 to heavy 8, and the fair to off rails we talked about. You just need wet trackers from any position on Saturday.
Let's have a look at the market now for the third leg of the Quaddie at Royal Randwick this weekend. And I thought so. Well, hoping to go one better this week. Good money into $3.30. Glenore, well, it needs a bit more luck after last start, after missing the jump at $6. Perizada was a nice run last start, $6 there. Jungle Edge, a bit of money today. Loves the wet. It's bringing him right into $7.50. Dalciello there at $10. Out to His Majesty. I thought so, Mike. It's going to be really interesting to see if the punters really come back here for this horse.
Yeah, he's short, isn't he, for a horse that doesn't love to cross the finish line first. He sort of pulls up late like we talked about before. Let's have a look at him doing exactly that first up. For his new stable, Peter Snowden, we backed him this day.
Yep.
We thought maybe a new stable, maybe new ways. But he got us again, I thought so, just behind the pack. Dalciello running pretty well as well. Samantha, she was disappointing on the inside.
And Samantha's one of those Randwick types you always stick out for on the wet days, Mike. But look, yeah, I thought so. Really thought she was going to get the job done. It's funny, these photo finishes, there's been a few lately gone against us.
Yeah, lots of close ones over the carnival were there. Obviously, Ace High is a good memory of that horse, or not such a good memory. I thought so. The thing about this horse is he can quicken, so he accelerates into the race. It's just the last 50 metres he needs to commit to.
Oh, wow.
Just gets done there, but it's still a good run.
Look, another good race we've got to have a look at, Mike. It was the listed Hortensia from Scone, and we've got a few to look at here, and a hard luck story with Glenore missing the start, but highly gives in the race, machine gun jubs, and doesn't Le Cordon Bleu absolutely fly home late.
Yeah, he's a big, powerful horse for the Hawk stable, Le Cordon Bleu. We didn't see in the last replay, we didn't mention the last replay at least. He was quite unlucky, so he's going well his preparations, just whether the wet track will suit him. You'll see him flying down the outside. Glenelg missed the start hopelessly, held up here. He's going really well. You could forgive him.
Yeah, it's an absolute forgive. And look at 2 Excess just bolting in there. Let's look at a couple of really good replays for this race to set it all up, Mike. But I think we need to go further. We need to look at all this form, get stuck into the key factors because we need the winner in leg 3.
Good quality 1,100 metre sprinters, 3 with a great last start run, but a few not far behind.
All right, a lot of gold up there for the favourites. Progression, Mike.
Yeah, he peaks on his run, so maybe second up, I thought, so definitely could progress by a length or two. Dalciello, he's getting fit all the time as well, and His Majesty, not progression due to fitness, progression because he's suited first up.
Okay, so it's I thought so. Just in front, distance at stage of preparation.
His Majesty loves 1,100 metres, I think unbeaten, so fresh, perfect for the big grey for Kim Moore. And Shiraz, another Kim Moore runner, loves the distance as well, seeking over 1,300 metres, better suited back to 11.
A little bit of love for the Kim Moore runners, lighting up in gold. Track conditions, the wet track.
Yeah, there's a few wet trackers, the favourites. Glenelg got some Group 1 form, I think, on a wet track.
Yep.
That'll do him nicely on Saturday. I thought so, handles it as well. Jungle Edge, no words needed for this horse. Absolute mutter.
All right, the race is on here, Mike. Position in run.
As we said, for all of these races, not a big key factor. but Dal Cello can over-race, so that inside barrier makes a big difference for him.
All right, well, look, there's a look at the form and all the key factors, Mike. It sounded as though there were two horses right there from the start, but look at this. I thought so. Just on top, that's only a length. Have a look at the 4-horse go in behind, including the big grey, His Majesty there, $12.
Yeah, really close race. Definitely going to be a close finish. You know I thought so. He's not going to streak away from the field by 2 or 3 lengths. It's just not what he does. And there's lots of other horses in the mix. So small plays for us, each way plays for us. And we're going for 2 horses from the same stable. You saw them at the top of the betting. We love Kim Moore's donkey, and we love our horses in this race as well. His Majesty, big odds first up, loves 1100 metres, and Shiraz, back in distance, we think he's really going to be suited on a wet track.
So it's Kim Moore double there for the best bet
Great
and
stable.
the value bet in the third leg of the quaddie. Wrapping it up now, it's the Australian Turf Club Sprint over the 1200 metres, and it is a benchmark 85 for all comers. And Mike, this looks like the quaddie killer. The wet tracks come. The rain might be coming later in the day. Noir, it was absolutely sunk last time. The punters were all on. We were there with the entire world. But Mike, are they going to be backing up? That's the big question.
We've got to wipe the slate clean, but she hurt last time, didn't she? Benchmark 85, 1200 metres, good strong tempo again, or at least fair to strong. We mentioned the wet conditions on Saturday. That's going to be the main key factor for these horses to get through.
All right, let's have a look at the market now for the get-out stakes at Royal Randwick this weekend. And on top, Noir, well, the punters, they have come back into $3.70 and some strong support there. Fragonard for the boys in blue, it's $6 on the second line. Star Reflection doing okay this preparation, $7.50. And then right out the gate to Powerline, Mike. So look, Noir is the favourite here. The end of a wet day. It's going to be very interesting to see where the punters go here in the last.
You can just close your eyes and imagine it now. Do you want to take the 370 when you know what it's going to be like with the rain pouring down at Randwick? I'll let you decide at home. Let's have a look at her last start and see what happened when she was so well backed and so favoured by so many tipsters. She's there in the purple with the white stars, coming to the outside, importantly off a steady tempo. Hand fast, 4 wide, no cover the whole way. So you could forgive him, and he's $71 on Saturday. And Star Reflection, just fighting on the Australian bloodstock colours on the inside and just a little bit held up there.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of horses here not getting the best of luck, Mike, and we're going to see where they're going to be fanning to come race 9 on Saturday.
Yeah, it was only a steady tempo. You can see Miss Alcoda, the leader, loved the steady tempo, gave a big kick, and Noir did just about all that she could do finding the line. She'll like more tempo this Saturday.
Okay, there's a look at one replay. Let's have a look at Savan now. Take you back to Randwick. This horse has the wet track form, and importantly, Mike, 1200 metres, second up. Great replay to look at.
There's lots of reasons to like this horse on Saturday. This is exactly the same setup, like you just said, Stu. She was favourite and she was beaten, but only just. And listen to the horses around her. Drachenfels won the race. Drachenfels went on to win his next start as well. So that's a strong form line. The Australian bloodstock colours again, out wider. That's Princess Posh. We know how good she is. She won just a couple of weeks ago. And Siren's Fury form from her next start, that's obviously listed Group 3 level form. This preparation, lots of roads point towards Savan.
Geez, you really picked the form out of that
Always do,
replay,
mate.
Mike.
Always do.
Let's now see how all that stacks up into the analysis. Here is the form and who's lighting them up.
Yeah, Noir and Star Reflection finish alongside each other. Maybe just get the edge for form, light them up.
Okay, key factors time, Mike. It's the get-out stakes progression.
Yeah, Noir's fitter now for Waller, maybe taking his time. She can improve. Fragonard enjoys a fresh run. Eusebio's pretty good fresh too.
Okay, Noir just in front. Distance at stage of preparation.
Well, distance and stage of prep includes the tempo as well, obviously. So we saw Noir of a steady 1200 metres. We think she'll love a stronger 1200 metres. Eusebio, he should like it as well.
And who loves the mud?
A lot of them love the mud. Noir, a couple of convictions, so maybe not so sure. Savan, she's proven it. She's down the page there.
Okay, this race is far from over, Mike. Position in run, does this help us?
We don't know what the bias is going to be by race 8, race 9 this is. So we're not going to play any positives in this key factor.
Look at this. That is absolutely stacked, Mike. Importantly, this is going to be on an absolute bog track come Saturday afternoon. They're going to be coming from everywhere, as you said. Position in run didn't really help us. We've got a $3.70 favourite here. The favourites are all about there, Mike, but this is really stacked and there's a lot of value only 1 and 2 lengths in behind.
There is zero edge on that page. It's in market order. There's nothing between them. We've got zero confidence race against. It's really hard 4 quaddie legs, isn't it? But sometimes when you've done the analysis, you've just got to go with your gut. And we're going to go with 2 mares we think are going to really find the line in testing conditions. Noir, We saw her first up. We saw her find the line. She's a really strong mare. We think she can win on Saturday. And Savan, we talked about her before as well. She smashes the line too. In testing conditions, we like those two mares.
Well, look, it's Noir just on top there, Mike. You've said it before, the quaddies, they're not meant to be that easy, but we've got to help the viewers try and get the quaddie home this weekend, Mike. I'm looking at that. It's pretty clear we're going wide, but this is going to be a real wet testing Randwick on Saturday.
Only one way to play it for us. We haven't got the quaddie for a few weeks now, so we need a bit of a turnaround and we're going wide. We can't list all those runners, can we? Race 6, we're going wide. Race 7, Destiny's Kiss is the one that we're laying. We're going against him. We just think the big weight's going to be too much. Race 8, race 9, going wide as well. Don't leave out Handfast at 70 to 1. He's going okay for his new stable.
Okay, 18.5% of the quaddie there for the $100, Mike. I hope there's a lot of value in there because 18.5% can pay a great deal on a wet track. Now, $100 hot seat time, Mike. That was a look at the quaddie. Let's get the $100 for those punters at home. Where are we playing this week? Looks as though we're having a little dabble on a few things here.
Yeah, I promise this is based on an analysis and I'm not writing a poem. $20 on Saban at 21. $30 on Ducan at $3.50 and $20 on Savan at $12. They're the three big bets for us on Saturday. Plot twist up to 3,200 metres. He'll love it. And hand it in. We've got no idea what this horse is going to do after that scone run, so we've got to throw him in as well.
All right, you're a poet. You didn't even know it. There's Mike's $100 hot seat for this weekend at Royal Randwick. All the race profiling is going to be so important to see how your track handles not just the wet, but that Randwick rise. Head to theraceguide.com.au for all your racing needs this weekend. That's all from us. See you next week here at theraceguide.com.au.
See you at the track.